Hello. Today, I wanted to share a bit of a personal story that kind of leads into just something that I want you all to take away and consider in your life. It does relate to topics that are coming up in A Course in Miracles and just with things that have come up through channelings that we have done in relation to our viewpoints and mindset, especially when it comes to manifestation and just our overall perspective and vibration. On Easter, Heather and I decided to do a intention spell. For me, I had set my intention as basically calling forth and shifting my energies. So I was trying to call in like some new ideas and motivation for my writing and for like video ideas, and just to open myself up to new ideas in general on things that I can be doing. And I wasn't specifically clear though on saying that I wanted to only bring in positive energies, although that was my intention. But we wrote it down on a piece of paper and I didn't put positive. Very interesting how quickly this caused a change for me. So Easter was a Sunday, and Mondays I am taking care of a child, just put it that way. And so she was there the very morning. We did this spell in the evening. So basically, I did this, I went to bed, and then I had her in the morning, and she woke up earlier than usual. She was not cooperative. I'll put it that way. And I don't really want to go into the specifics on things that she was doing specifically that was affecting me, but she was really affecting my energy. And I had been feeling somewhat irritated about taking care of her before this week, but it was really affecting me more than usual and escalating. So I was taking it as, oh, she's getting worse. She is bringing an energy into the house. She's affecting my energy, bringing me down. I can't do creative work because I'm not in a good space for that. And I was complaining to Heather a lot, and she was feeding into this because she was agreeing that she was not, acting cooperative, and that she was actually affecting the energy of our apartment. She was pointing out that we should take extra care to shield ourselves and to clear our space after she leaves. Basically, we were putting out a lot of negative energy and putting this out towards her, right? So I was really looking forward to having Tuesday without her because I am taking care of her Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And long story short, I ended up having to watch her all day on Tuesday. I don't watch her all day, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. The Tuesday was really draining. Like, I was not happy to hear that news. So I was already anticipating that the day was going to be draining and not go well. And I wouldn't say that she was not exactly cooperative, but she just really likes attention and doesn't allow me to have any space or pause. And I try to make sure that she's having a good time and having fun, because I feel like I would not be as kind and loving as I want to be if I am going to tell her, hey, I'm going to just do this thing, sit. And I don't take enough of a stand for my needs and myself. And I recognize that. The day goes, and both of us were not having the best time because she was pointing out how she wanted her mom to show up already. So come Wednesday, I was really annoyed because I had like hardly any break before she was over again. And Wednesday was really bad. At that point, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I have a day in between on Thursday. Heather pointed out that all I was basically doing when she was not at our apartment was complain about her. So I was not allowing myself to exit from her energy, because even when she wasn't there, I was focused on it. I was feeding into that energy. And she pointed out how we should be turning these negative comments into positive, and that we essentially could be increasing her negative responses when she's at our place. because I am, in a sense, manifesting that because I'm asking for it, right? Heather had checked in about me through channeling, and they said that I, had been affected and should have an aura done on me. So they didn't specifically say that I got things from her specifically, but just that I had, like entities and stuff that she should remove. And they wanted her to do it that very night. But we didn't end up doing that. We had planned to do it on Sunday. I made a stand with myself saying, okay, I'm going to view this situation differently. Watched something from Starseed Evolution here on YouTube, and she was talking about what she does in the mornings to shield and set her right tone for the day. And I don't remember if she specifically said that she clears herself. The video I said, oh, I can't do this because I don't have time when the girl is here. And Heather pointed out to me, well, just do a little bit that you can, because just doing that is better than nothing, right? And so it's funny because I woke up earlier than usual to give me enough time to do this, because I set out and I said, okay, I'm gonna try to do this. And if I get interrupted, I guess I just get interrupted and I'll stop there. So I wasn't feeling any negativity about it. And I, called in my team and I said, okay, I want you to clear me of what needs to be cleared. And I could feel that they were actually doing stuff on me. And I don't know how long it actually took, but it felt like it took a long time. And then I had the immediate ego thought of, I should get up now so that I have time to eat before the girl wakes up. But I felt like my body was telling me, no, go back to sleep. And so I did. And then I got up and I felt really good. And I was like, okay, this is a good thing. And girl slept in. I had a lot of time to take care of myself. And then she was pretty much a perfect angel, because I had decided to take that step away. And I cleared myself of whatever effect she had been having on me. And at the same time, I also was taking that objectivity from the reminder of doing these Course in Miracle lessons, is that, any upset that I'm having from her is a conditioned response. I don't have to view the situation with her as negative or positive. That is a decision of my own perception that I'm putting onto it. And so ever since then, I've been able to view it more objectively. So she's been acting better. And then when she is acting uncooperative to me, I'm not allowing it to affect my energy and bring me down. I just accept that it's happening, and I'm making more of a rational decision about how to try to get her to cooperate with me. Literally the whole week, it was completely different. I felt like my energy was entirely different. And Heather still is not giving me the aura, but I feel different in that I have a new set point in just my everyday experiencing of stuff. So even we usually leave late because I take her to school, and I've been having to basically speed in order to get her there in time. And I'm still doing that, but I'm not as anxious about it. I'm just saying, okay, if we're late, we're late, and telling myself, what's the worst that's going to happen? I just thought it was really interesting because I know I did do the clearing of myself, so that could be related. But the biggest thing is just that I've been able to have that objectivity. And yes, doing the clearing might have allowed me to better do the objectivity. But the point that I'm trying to make is that when we feed into the negativity, we are causing more negativity, because we are putting out that negative vibration. We are asking for that, and we're feeding into the programming that we have of saying, this is how my life is. We are creating that story. So if I have her over and she doesn't want to leave on time, I'm like, as an ego thought, tell myself, she never leaves on time. She never wants to leave on time. This is causing me stress. Why do I have to deal with this? But if I take a step back objectively and say, oh, she doesn't want to leave on time, okay, what do I do then to get her to leave so that we are not late? And don't feed into that story. Or if you do feed into the story somewhat, take it in the direction of a future thing of, oh, she doesn't like to leave on time. What time is it now? Okay, I should probably tell her that we need to leave 3 minutes earlier. So that way, so you're not letting it affect you. You can use it to create a more positive timeline for the future, but you don't have to let it affect you in that moment. And by not allowing yourself to be as affected in the moment, that's going to make it easier to deal with. So if I am then upset with her because she doesn't want to leave on time, I'm feeding that energy towards her to increase her uncooperation with me. But if I'm taking a step back and saying, oh, this is a thing that's happening, she is less likely to be as uncooperative with me because I'm not feeding into that energy. And so the other interesting thing is that with the objectivity, so I've also been doing work on trying to erase and rewrite my money programming. And I was getting ready to go to bed and I shut my laptop after turning it off, and part of it actually broke on my screen. And my immediate response from my programming is to freak out, because my immediate thought is, I don't have money to buy a new laptop. Why does this always happen to me? This is, telling me I'm doing stuff wrong and, in a bunch of different directions down a slope. But I tried to take a step back and I was like, okay, it's probably still working. I do have enough money to buy a new laptop. If I have to, I can get a job. This is not the end of the world. But at the same time, I knew that I wouldn't be able to relax enough to go to sleep until I knew if it turned on. So I tried to turn it on, found out that it still worked on the screen, and I went to bed. And that, I think, was a step out of my money programming, because the other point that I wanted to make is that sometimes when we are trying to change and rewrite condition programming that we have, it'll come up because we have to prove to ourselves and work through the issue that has been causing that response and not give into that response. So I still had the response, but I didn't feed into that response. And then I took my laptop to a repair place to see if they could fix it. And I knew they probably aren't going to be able to fix this. Well, technically they can, but they won't. And I took that information in and I, decided, okay, well, my decision is to continue using this or buy a new laptop. And I just decided, okay, for now, I'm going to keep using it. And at some point I might buy a new one, but right now I don't need that. And everything is fine. And everything has been fine. I have not had really anything really negative happen since I took that step back. So by taking the objective approach, you can bring more positivity or view experiences as more positive. And by that, raise our vibration. And by raising your vibration to that point, it basically becomes a new step point.